Guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to be doing an 8-hour rotting readathon. I am doing just a one-day readathon for my first reading vlog, just because I'm so nervous about how this is going to turn out, and I want it to be good. So I'm just going to do one day and see how that goes. I have done, since I've come back to YouTube, I've tried to do some reading vlogs, but none of them turned out how I want them to. So hopefully this one turns out well and you guys like it. I talk a lot about the options that I was going to read during this vlog, and I'm just going to let me ramble about that in the next few clips. But overall, I feel like the readathon went pretty well, and I'm very excited to share my thoughts with you about these books. I do want to say that I am reading Fool's Errand in this vlog, and I just wanted you guys to be aware just in case. I tried really hard not to spoil anything, but if you are currently reading Assassin's Quest, or you haven't finished Assassin's Quest yet, or you're just starting your Farseer journey, I do talk about some of the characters in that series and kind of where they are after that series ends. So I just wanted to preface this by saying there might be some mild spoilers for Assassin's Quest. I tried really hard not to, and I did put up a spoiler warning when I talked a little more in depth about these characters, but I didn't go into super detail of the events of this book or anything. It was just vague, and I just kind of felt as I was talking that maybe some spoilers would come up if you are currently reading Assassin's Quest or about to, or what have you. So I just wanted to preface it by saying that, but into the vlog. Okay, so hopefully I did an intro to this video because I am not looking my best right now, and that's okay. I am gonna have a rot day today. I have the apartment to myself until noon. It is 8:49, 8:50. I'm trying to have something for my mic because I feel like when I hold it, it makes cackling noises. So I'm hoping this works. If it looks like I'm gripping this with my life, it's because I don't want to make too much noise with it. But anyway, so I am gonna have a rot day. I figured I could do a readathon of sorts. It's 9 o'clock right now, 8:50. I want to do longer than just a couple of hours, so I think I'm gonna do an 8-hour readathon and see where that gets me. I am currently reading, I have my book here. I'm currently reading Fool's Errand. I thought I was gonna read this in the background and just read 100 pages a day until I finish it. I think it's 600 pages. However, I am obsessed with this. I can't put it down. So I think I'm gonna start with this and see how far I get. I think on my audiobook I have 8 hours, so there is a chance I just read this all day, but I'm also in the mood for some other books, some romances or something. I have When the Moon Hatched on my Kobo already loaded up. I also went to Barnes & Noble earlier this week and I found In the Veins of Drowning, which I've heard amazing things about, and I really want to read this. So these are kind of my options, these three. I do have the audiobook for Fool's Errand and When the Moon Hatched, so those two are kind of my priority, but I might change my mind. You never know with me. I might just suddenly pick up a contemporary romance or something. Who knows? Okay, so we said 8 hours. I said 8 hours. Oops. Let me go to it. So I've got my timer ready. I'm going to first eat my oatmeal and probably watch something before I get to reading. But in the next clip, it'll be an hour from now. So it'll be 10 o'clock and I will tell you how much I read. Oh, let me tell you where I'm at on Fool's Errand first so we can keep track. Okay, perfect. I'm halfway through a chapter because that's just how it goes with me sometimes. I'll probably read it on my Kobo because I do have it on Kobo also, but I have the physical, so I might also read physical, who knows. So I'm currently on page 224 of Fool's Errand. I definitely want to spend at least 100 pages in this book to start off the day. So we'll see how much further I get. I could finish it today, but we'll see. I don't know how ambitious I'm feeling. I've been playing a game called Graveyard Keeper, which is kind of like a Stardew Valley type game, but you're a graveyard keeper and you have to keep up your graveyard. Oh, I just realized I left my coffee over there. Anyway, I've been addicted to that game, so I've been having the audiobook on while I play it, but I also just kind of want to pay attention because things are happening. Things are popping off. So also let me tell you about Fool's Errand and what it's about. Fool's Errand is the third trilogy in the Realm of the Elderlings series. The first trilogy follows a boy named Fitz Chivalry, and then the second trilogy is the Live Ship Traders, which takes you on a journey to Bingtown. And then this one is taking us back to Fitz when he's a little bit older, like kind of in his late 30s. It is like after Assassin's Quest. So we're following him in the beginning of this book, kind of realizing that his life is, not really what it used to be. He's taking care of a young boy, like he kind of raised him. He's just living off the land and has chickens. So that's where we start the story. And then some people from the past have come and visited him and pressured him into going back to the Six Duchies, going back to Buckkeep, and kind of takes our story towards that area, which is really exciting for me because I did Assassin's Quest, obsessed with this series, and now we're going back to the place that I was obsessed with. So I'm really excited. I'm about, like I said, I'm 224 pages in. I think my Kobo said like 34%. Yeah. 34% of the way through, and I'm just loving it. If you haven't picked up The Realm of the Elderlings, listen, I was a hater of Assassin's Apprentice. I read that book once, hated it, read it again, DNF'd it, read it a third time, liked it well enough to continue on, and the rest of that trilogy was amazing. So I definitely highly recommend giving it more than one shot. I can already see how I'm going to want to reread this series in the future. Like I already know it's going to be like all-time favorite series for me. So that's it for my update. I'm going to eat my oatmeal, drink my coffee, read some of my book. I'm an iPad kid though, so I'm going to have to watch TV first while I eat, and then I will update you guys in about an hour. First update, it has only really been 45 minutes per my timer. However, it has been about an hour and a half in real life. Also, don't mind my pillow. This helps when I'm sitting on the couch. It just gives my arms a rest. Anyway, so my mom called me at around like 9:15ish, and we talked for quite a while. So I'm a little bit behind, but that's okay. It's a rot day, so talking to my mother is a daily occurrence, so it was our time. I am currently 41% of the way through Fool's Errand. I have read about 20% or so, and I just wanted to gush about it for a second because I am absolutely adoring everything about this book. We're following Fitz, like I said, going back to Buckkeep, and he is going under the disguise of somebody else. Yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't spoiling anything that's not on the back of the book, but he is... Okay, I'm just gonna put a warning just in case about Assassin Quest type spoilers. I don't want to spoil anything, and I probably won't, but just in case I say anything that might have been in Assassin's Quest or gets resolved in Assassin's Quest, I am just going to put a mild spoiler for that here while I talk about Fool's Errand, because I don't want to accidentally spoil anybody from the ending of Assassin's Quest. Saying that, we're following Fitz going back to Buckkeep, and he is going under the disguise of someone else, and he is kind of taking a step down in... what would you call that? Political maneuvering? I don't know. He's taking a step down in class, I guess, and becoming a servant when, he was a bastard to the prince and also an assassin in the first trilogy. So he's dealing with that just a little bit. I'm just hitting the surface of that. And then we're also following him through a mystery that's going on. He is in charge of figuring out something that happened to another character. So he's figuring those things out while also meeting people that he has met in the past as his new alias. Also, Aragon's face is just like so right there. Anyway, I love Robin Hobb's writing, and I feel like the Liveseer The Live Sphere, that's not even a real thing. The Live Ship Traders series was not a favorite series of mine. It's a lot of people's favorite series, and like people love it more than the first trilogy. But for me, I just feel like I didn't connect to the characters as much, and I didn't necessarily love the world as much. And I don't know if that's just because I am like at my heart a classic fantasy reader, so Buckkeep feels very classic fantasy to me, and maybe I'm just not a pirate fan. I feel like I always want to read about pirates, but they never end up being a favorite series of mine or a favorite book of mine. So yeah, there is that. But I also feel like Robin Hobb's writing has taken a massive step up. And like, I don't know, also, I keep going back and forth because I'm like, is it that her books are getting better, or is it that she was always a master and now I can fall into her books way quicker than, let's say, the first trilogy? I'm really not sure what the answer to that is, but I do know that her writing style is unmatched. Like, I love every second that I'm in Fitz's head. I love the descriptions. I love the way that she has, it's kind of like a flow to her writing. I don't know. It's incredible. I am obsessed with it. I don't know. I just can't explain it. I feel like this worked for me so much better than a lot of fantasy writers that I've been reading lately. And I think also I'm analyzing as I'm reading that I'm very much a historical like fangirl first and fantasy second. So it kind of makes sense because I feel like this writing is very historical leaning or classic leaning, and I'm just loving it. I don't know. I love this book. It's gonna be a 5-star, I already know, so that's really great. But that's my little update. I feel like I'm gonna lock in and read quite a bit more of it now. I have about 2 or so hours to have the apartment to myself still, so I'm going to enjoy that with my ASMR room on and read for 2 hours straight, and then I will come and update you. I probably will not be in a new location. I am gonna go for a walk later today. Me and my brother have been walking 2 miles pretty much every day, so I'll probably do that. I doubt I will listen to anything because I always go to like bring an audiobook for like so we can walk and listen, but then we end up talking. So I doubt I'll listen to much on our walk, but that's okay. And then the rest of the day, we'll see what happens. Might play some Graveyard Keeper while I listen, or I might just lock in and read. But that's my update, and it's a full couch rot day, so my first reading vlog is gonna be me sitting on the couch all day. I hope you like it. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, hair is up. We're officially in rot mode. It is 1:45. I am currently on page 342-ish. I think I've read a little bit more, so maybe like 343 of Fool's Errand. I am still loving every second of this. I don't want to put it down. I am just loving it. I think for now, though, I am going to read to page 400 and then switch to something else. I'm not sure if I'm going to switch to In the Veins of Drowning yet, or if I'm going to switch to When the Moon Hatched. So I will let you know when I decide. For right this second, I'm kind of thinking of switching to In the Veins of Drowning because this one is a little bit shorter than When the Moon Hatched. We will see though. Yeah, I'm having a great time. I did go for a walk, so I will put some footage in from that, just like a little clip of my little apartment complex. We didn't do our full walk because there was food being delivered, so we are going to continue the rest of our walk. I think we got less than a mile in, so we are going to continue that in a little bit, But other than that, I had to work on school for a little bit and I had to reply to some emails. I did my laundry, but I can do all of that while listening to the audiobook, so that's great. Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna sit on the couch for another hour or so, finish up my pages for today in Fool's Errand, and then move on to something else. I may continue with Fool's Errand. Don't hold me to it. We'll see. I really want to, but no, I'm going to definitely probably read something else after I get to page 400. Okay, I think that's all I have. I will update you when I get there. Oh, before I go, actually, I did want to say that where I'm at in this story is turning out to be a little bit of a traveling moment, and I love a travel fantasy. So I'm just eating it up, guys. It's great. I highly recommend this series. Anyway, that's all I have for now, and I will talk to you soon. I'm really sorry if you can hear my chair. It creaks a little when I move. There's no oil or something. I don't know. So don't mind my chair creaking. But I'm here to do a quick update. Maybe the last update of the night. We're gonna see. I have reached where I wanted to reach in Fool's Errand. I am currently 410 pages into it, so that means that we have read around 240-ish pages, I believe. I can't remember exactly where I started, but I will put it on screen. I still have 3 hours and 25 minutes left on the timer. I will be completely transparent with you. There has been times that I forgot that the timer existed. Wait, left it on or forgot to turn it on. There we go. So I'm not sure how accurate the timer is to when we started, but it is 5:40 at night right now, and I'm going to play some games with my boyfriend, so I'm not sure how much more reading I'm gonna do. We'll see what happens. Either way, if I don't finish the 3 hours tonight, or 3.5 hours tonight, then I will do it tomorrow, and I'll end this video tomorrow. So I'm really hoping I can get just like 1 more hour in, because tomorrow is a little bit of a busier day, so I want to get this uploaded and everything tomorrow. So we'll see how it goes. But overall, things are going good. Should I give a little update about Fool's Errand? I mean, we're still in the thick of it. We're still following Fitz and the Fool on their little journey. Like, they have to do a little quest of sorts, so they're on that, and we're learning a little bit more about the world and the like magic kind of, and like how that's being viewed and how it's being treated throughout the world, or like their little area of Buttkeep. So yeah, the book I'm going to pick up next, I believe, is going to be When the Moon Hatched. I think I'm like 5% into this book, which is like 0% really. I have the audiobook for it, and I want to get started with it. I have read this book before, like I've read parts of it before, well, the beginning part, and I softy DNF'd it because I really wasn't in the mood for romantasy or fantasy books at the time that I picked it up, which has to have been a year, maybe 2 years ago, maybe just a year ago. Anyway, so I picked it up then, and I was enjoying it. Like, I liked the writing style and the world and stuff, but I just wasn't in the mood for fantasy. So I am very excited to get into it. I've heard nothing but great things. I'm gonna like start it on audio, and then I'll probably immersive read it for now. We'll see. My brain is kind of tired sometimes, and immersive reading is just my jam right now. So I am going to get started on When the Moon Hatched. Okay, so it's time to wrap up the vlog. Those were the clips I took. Ends kind of abruptly, but I really enjoyed doing this reading vlog. I had a lot of fun. I think one day reading vlogs might be my thing for right now. Like I said in the beginning, I try to do longer reading vlogs, but it just doesn't, I don't know, the clips, I don't know, I felt insecure. So hopefully this one worked out for you and you liked it. Let's talk about page count numbers and where I'm at with the books that I started. So for Fool's Errand, I started on page 224 of this book and I ended up on page 450. I read about 220 something pages of this one, 227. Loving it. I really want to finish it today. I don't know if I will be able to, but I really want to. I only have just a very little bit left. I highly recommend this series. I love Robin Hobb's writing. It is definitely a character-focused fantasy. The world is very rich as well, but I feel like you get so much of the main character's thoughts and feelings and understanding of things and learning of things, and it's just a really amazing character-driven fantasy. I highly recommend this to anybody who loves more like classical fantasy, classic reads in general, as well as like historical leaning fantasies, because I feel like this can cater to both of those genres really well. I do feel like the fantasy is kind of light. It's not a heavy fantasy book, and the historical aspects are really... Delivery. Love you. Be careful. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, he's still talking. But yeah, this leans a little more historical, and I can definitely see fans of history and our historical reads really loving this. Okay, so I did end up picking up When the Moon Hatched as well. I listened to most of this on audio. I'm about 50 pages in. So total reads for this readathon was 277 pages. Pretty low, but that's okay. I enjoyed doing it, and my life is just a little busy, so I'm doing what I can. But this one is really good. This follows our main character as she is doing a job for the guild that she's in. I'm gonna call it a guild, I don't really know. But she is an assassin, and we follow her kind of doing her job one night, and we meet a couple a couple of characters in her sphere. We also meet this mystery man who I have my eye on him. I think something's going on with him. But that's where I'm at with this story. This world is really rich. This is a high fantasy story, and the author has a glossary of all different kinds of stuff in the beginning of this book. So I'm really excited to learn more about it and really get the full scope of this world. I think it's going to be really good. The interesting part so far is that the magic system seems to be elemental based, which I love. And there's something to do with dragons and dragons dying and becoming moons. So I'm excited to explore that and see really what this book has to offer and what this fantasy world is going to be like. I'm very excited. Okay, so that is all I read during this readathon. I'm calling it a readathon because why not? It's fun, right? I don't know. That's all I read in this readathon, 277 pages. I do want to do this again and see if I can beat that number, because I have read way more pages in a timed readathon I did by myself before. So I just want to try again. Give myself a little bit of a restart or a redo, if you will. So other than that, though, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know down below what books you are currently enjoying right now. Let me know if you liked the reading vlog or if you'd like to see more reading vlogs. I really enjoyed doing it, so I hope that you enjoyed watching. But that's all I have, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and read more books.